So this template right here that you're looking at on my stream, I did this with a bunch of borders and a bunch of just solid colors. Like there wasn't, it's just like it's a decent design, just taking advantage of really simple objects. So yeah, and it's just like clever positioning of everything, you know? The gameplay itself is kind of overlaying into this right side. You can't really see me highlighting it, but over in the chat area and the webcam area, the gameplay kind of overlaps with just this line. Here, I'm going to, where is it? So just look at the stream real quick. This right here, you see it moving back and forth? This is literally a letter I. Seriously, I just added it. Alright, let me do the desktop capture again. Damn it, I can't do it, man. I can't show you without recording it. But yeah, this line you see here, it's not even an image. It's literally OBS's text feature, and I just stretched it in OBS. So let me add an example. Okay. Okay, I'm going to add text GDI plus testing. Okay, so this is a, you can't see it. This is, I literally just, this is a text box right here, and I added in a hyphen. And this hyphen, I can stretch it by using the shift key. And there we go. I have a divider that, oops, where'd it go? Fuck. I just, god damn it. Reset transformation, there it is. So if I wanted like a divider in the middle of my stream, all I have to do is just stretch it out. Stretch it out. And now I've got myself a big ass divider. And I keep resetting it by accident. But you kind of see what I mean. Like, you can use the tools in OBS to, you know, make borders. You can use the tools to make, like, straight lines and things like that. So here I am making it a little bit thinner. And there we go. All we have is just like a little divider now. So if I want to like a divider somewhere, I've got one now. And all I have to do is just lock it into place, and now I can't change it. I can also rotate it. And I don't know where the hell it went. It's actually, this is where it gets tricky though. There we go. It's back. Yeah, so I mean... And I can even, here, check this out. Like, I can crop it. So if I wanted like a thin little line coming out like this, and have it sort of fade out to the edge for some odd reason. You know, I mean, I don't know why I'd want to do that, but I can if I want to. So I'm going to bring it down, bring it down. And there we go. I've just got some random line in there. All that is a hyphen. It's a text box that's a hyphen. And I just edited it in a way, I stretched it out in a way where I customized it to look like something I made in Photoshop. You know? So, that's what I'm talking... I'm actually going to leave that there just for shits and giggles for now. Yeah, just mess around with it, man. And if you want like simple borders to play with, I can message you a couple of the borders that I made in Photoshop, like these little gray boxes. You know, I could just message them to you. So I am going to show you something now. Here, let me go to Facebook and just message you those borders real quick. So what you want to do, Tony, is you want to make a folder on your computer somewhere where you keep all your stuff for your stream. Oh, my back muscles are still messing with me, so I'm trying to like pull them a little bit, stretch them out. Oh. You want to make a folder on your computer that, yeah, you want to make a folder on your computer. You want to make a folder on your computer that has all your images and stuff like that. So let me send him add files. Yeah, you want to make a folder on your computer for your streams, and even if you maybe you have a YouTube channel, I don't know. Well, you do. That just has all your stuff for your channels, and you want to have a folder just with your tools. So like for me, I don't even remember where I put my borders, to be honest with you. I have so many folders here. This is from like the last 10 years, so the only reason I know where some stuff is because I've just been working with it for 10 years. So, let's see. Test gray border. I think that's it right there. Yeah. So this is it right here. This is just the border that I'm using. So when I go to my, so around the webcam here, around the chat, and around the gameplay is this border I just sent, Vampirekiller. So you can just, it's just a simple gray border. It's nothing special, but it helps, you know? So you can use that as a starter. I'll send you some other stuff I have. If you want like some funky like background, this is just a solid gray color. And, oh, actually, don't use that. It's got the Gameplay and Talk logo, actually. So, actually, don't use that. I still use the same thing. I mean, you can use it, but then, like, stretch it out so the Gameplay and Talk logo is here. Actually, let me go back and just edit that out for you. Yeah, exactly. Where the fuck did I find it again? Yeah, see, I used to actually, you guys know when I first started Twitch, I used to actually go by Gameplay and Talk on Twitch as well. See, okay, I just cropped it out myself. I'll send that one to you. There we go, I sent you a new one. And I'll send you a bunch of the other ones that I have too. So, this is just to get you started, you know, and you can kind of come up with your own stuff. Like this one you can use to, this one you can kind of use to overlay on top of some text or something to give the text like a fade in, fade out kind of look. I don't know. Actually, don't even use that one. And I'll send you a bunch of like colors that I've used or come up with over the years. So these are just basic backgrounds. You might not need any of them, or you can use them and apply like a color filter in OBS. So for instance, there you go. So you could use one of these as a background, right? Like one of the purples. You might not want purple, but you can pop it into OBS here. So check this out. You can add the purple one, and you're like, so you're like, I don't want purple here, right? You're like, I want it to be something else. So you just add a, you add a filter. You go right-click filters, and you add a color key, or color correction. And then I can say, bring the gamma down, and it turns it into something else. See? It's just changed. So it's no longer purple. It's got shades of it here and there. You can also lower the brightness on it if you don't want it to pop so much. So you can kind of... See, that's actually more like a flat blue now. So let me go back to defaults. You can change the opacity. You can change the contrast. See? So you pop the contrast and then bring the gamma down, or bring the brightness down, or bring the brightness up and then bring the gamma down. And you see, you can change it into all sorts of different things. And then you can change the hue. You see what I'm talking about? You can basically take one type of image and then turn it into whatever you want. And now, this could be your background. You know, that could be your background. So let's actually go back to... let's go back to my... where the fuck is it? Oh, we're actually on it. Never mind. So with my, say this template right here, right? I could add that image in now. Like that. I could bring it down. And there we go. Now I've got like a greenish background behind everything. See? And all I did was I took that purple image and added a filter on it. And that's it. Now, a really cool feature... Another really cool feature is this. I'm going to do an image slideshow. And I'm going to add a bunch of different images together. So you guys will remember I used to have these like shifting color backgrounds. All I did is I took these backgrounds and just had them fade in and out. Like that. But now what I've done is... I've changed it so where the amount of time between slides is the transition time. Let me actually make it shorter. See how the color's changing? And it's just kind of morphing. All it is just blending the various backgrounds, transitioning on top of each other. And now what I can do is go back to my HD template here. Add that in. And then we're going to bring that down. And that's it. And now what you can do is I'm going to add another filter to it. I'm going to add a color correction again. And now so it's not as like in your face, I'm going to bring the brightness down on it a little bit. I'm going to get rid of that that line we just added. Where the hell did I put it? And if I wanted to, I could do like saturation. I can bring the saturation all the way down. So it's just another shade of gray, so it doesn't really, you know, pop out past the, you know, the gameplay itself. There is no gameplay right now because I don't have my capture card activated. You'll notice that it's just all gray now. But I do like the color because I use a lot of gray on my templates just because it's easy. So yeah, Vampire, feel free to use any of those background colors I just gave you. You know, just remember to add filters to them, color correction in particular in OBS, and then you can mess around with the bars and you can change, you know, the colors, and just do an image slideshow with all of them. You can make them fade in and out if you want, or you can just use one. Like I like that red one right there with the black. So yeah, I used to have colors like this fading in and out as we played, but I don't do it anymore. I feel like it kind of plays havoc with the stream encoder. Actually, you know, I have an idea. See, what I like doing, well, what I like about messing around with stuff like this is that it gets the ideas flowing. I'm like, oh, I can do this or that with this now, right? Bring the display capture back down. So if I wanted to, I could actually use that color transformation one. And there we go. I've got a shifting border around my webcam now. I actually like that. See? New ideas, guys! New ideas! I like the shifting border idea too. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to get rid of one of these images though, because they don't look as good. Let's see. Background 7, 8, 8B, 9. Okay. 7, 8, 8B, 9. Get rid of those, and it's just going to filter between the rest. There you go. That's pretty cool. Actually, it looks better. Yeah, I like it. I could do it around the chat box too, but I do find that it'll probably I don't know. It'll take up more resources and unnecessarily. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It doesn't get boring looking at the same colors all the time. No problem, man. So, I mean, something else you could do, Vampire, is actually just spend time working in something like Photoshop and coming up with your own template. So here's a template I used to use on Twitch. And I mean, I could go back to it, but it requires a little more effort. So what I used to do here is, I mean, as you could see, so, I mean, you guys, some of you will remember this. Vampire will remember this. Mario will too, probably. Is I used to have the gameplay in the middle, just like on Gameplay and Talk. And this is one of the bugs that this Photoshop has, is you can barely see your cursor. So here we go. It's a little bit better. So I used to do the gameplay in here. Webcam would go up here, so my webcam was a little bit larger. I used to have... I don't remember... Oh, the bit cup used to go right here. Then game title, system... this was just like a random image slideshow. This was the chat box. And then I had, you know, the overlays like follower, recent follower, subscriber, bits, and host. And then social media and stuff like that. I mean, I could go back to this template because it's a perfectly fine template. But, you know, it took a little while to make this. It took me like the whole night to make this. So all I did here... I'll show you how you can do a template pretty quickly, Vampire. See, I can make stuff look nice and sharp, and I don't know if Temu is still out there. Timu is apparently in chat. I can make stuff look sharp, but really I start from just very basic stuff. So let me open up, not even open up my thing. So I'm going to do a gradient fill right here. And so I'm going to select my colors. So we're just going to go with kind of like a white and gray background. So we're going to go with actually a darker gray and then a lighter gray. And now we're going to fill it in downwards. And there we go. So I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to put this one up top, the one I just created. And now all I have to do now is just cut out some stuff. So say I just want like a border. I don't know. Pretend like this is going to be our... Pretend this is a retro template, right? Boom, there's our gameplay. I just hit delete, that's it. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And now, say I want webcam. And your webcam should be widescreen. Don't really want to do 4:3 webcam in this day and age. It just looks old. Boom, there's our webcam. And I'm going to move this down so this is... that's our webcam. This is going to be our chat box down here. And look at that. Simple template right there with a border. And now in Photoshop, I can add some fancy effects. I can add a drop shadow. And we're going to do it at 90 degrees. 90 degrees is straight down. And I'm going to make the opacity not 100%. Going to make the size a little bit larger. Anti-alias always. And now I'm going to bevel and emboss it. So look at that. It looks a little more shiny. These are just very, very simple things you can do. And all you need is just very simple effects. And if you wanted to, you can do some kind of color overlay. Say you want to make it, I don't know, Vampire likes blue. But then you can also bring the opacity down so it's kind of like a little bit lighter. I don't know. This I don't really like that. I prefer stuff like orange. Orange just always pops for me. I really like it a lot. And now... This is one of the things I don't like about this Photoshop. It glitches out. And now check this. Check this out. Okay. Audio is going to go on for a minute. I'm going to make a brand new template. Okay, audio is actually not going to go out, but I'm going to delete all this stuff. Hey, Gary, what's going on, dude? Okay, so all this stuff you're going to see, I'm going to actually sort of mute it all right now. Okay, so you can still hear me. So, I'm creating a brand new template just to show Vampire how easy it is. So I'm going to bring in my new border I just created. I just showed them how to create in Photoshop. Boom. Look at that. You like that? We just made that in less than 5 minutes. And here's the Elgato. Actually, let me lock everything first. So pretend I had something that was like 4x3 here. It would go here. And now I can bring my webcam back. You know what's funny? I might actually use this. Just to mix things up here and there. Alright guys, type away. I need you guys to type for me. I need you guys to fill up this chat box for me. Never mind. Yeah, there it is. And if I wanted to, I could bring back the gray background. Actually, I kind of like the straight black background because it makes the Twitch chat easier to read. And there we go. That's a simple template. And then I can do, I can bring back the commands. And then I can bring back the social media. Although I'd have to redo the social media because it's not really made for this template layout. It was made for a different template. So it's really small. I mean, I could have it overlaid on top of the gameplay, but I'm just going to get rid of it for now. So I mean, that's really simple. So, you know, let me go back to Photoshop. So this template here, right? You know, I like it, but what I would actually prefer is some like edges and things like that. So I actually made this really hard to change. That's one of the problems with this kind of template. So I have actually a way of doing that though. So this white that I've got, I'm going to get rid of it and do a gradient overlay, and basically just get rid of the gradient that was already on there. But we'll kind of just make a new one. We'll just sort of form a new one. And now what I can do is I can take, you know, say I want to just like add some corners to it. I'm going to do a polygonal lasso tool. And I'm going to take the webcam. So this is what I've done on my gameplay and talk page. You hold down shift, you can make a perfect 45-degree angle. And then I can just fill it in with a just a paint bucket. And because I'm using a gradient overlay, whatever paint bucket color I'm using doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything. This is how you can get a little more rigid personality on your stream templates. And it like, all this is really simple. Anybody could do this, you know? So when you see my templates, just know that this is basically all I'm doing, typically. And it gives you, you know, it lets you stand out a little bit. It's not just basic boxes. There is a little more to it. Now you do have to think about, you know, the visibility of your items here. So like your actual chat. These ridges I'm adding might actually make it harder to read certain chat at certain parts, but I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, I love this soundtrack. It's so good. I don't know how well you guys can hear the music right now. And now if I really wanted to, I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's go back to our template that we just made. So now if you look at the border, I'm going to change it out. And there we go. So now we have some ridges, some edges, and it looks a little more stylish, a little more futuristic, and it's just really simple. It's really, really simple. Like, I really think anybody could do this. You know, you don't need to pay somebody to make a border for you. Granted, there are a lot of really good templates out there. I mean, you look at Aqua's, his stream border is really great. I don't think he made it himself. I think he's got it in his page. Someone else did it for him. There are a lot of other streamers like that. But if you don't want to have someone else do it for you, you can do it yourself with just simple tools. So, And just with a lot of layering in particular, you can get it looking really stylish. So... Alright, I'm gonna go use the bathroom and fill up my water cup again, and then we're gonna actually start doing this website thing that I was talking about. It's like $10 a month, Vampire. You'd have to go to Adobe's website. I mean, you can still get CS2 as a free download, but it's not really, you're not really supposed to do it if you don't actually own it. I actually own a copy of it, so it doesn't really matter for me. But just be warned, if you go that route, Photoshop CS2 is really buggy on modern operating systems. I've gotten used to all of its different bugs and whatnot, so, you know, it's worth saving the $10 or $15 a month. You missed the template making? Sorry, Mario. It's simple, dude. You can just check the archive tomorrow, Mario, once I'm done. I might even make a highlight, post it on my Twitch YouTube channel. Thanks, Gary. Alright, so now we're going to try to work on a website. So let me go get some more water, and I will be right back. Oh. Also looking at my game shelves, trying to figure out how I can bring in my small box PC games. Hey, Burley! Yeah, dude, I slept over 12 hours. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, dude. Took us 25 hours to go through the game and some. But we did it in 2 streams. Like, all of the content. All the DLC, all the optional bosses. Can't be good for your mental health? Well, my mental health is usually... I'm usually isolated, up overnight, not talking to many people anyway, so it's not really any different from my normal daily habits, you know. No, it's not good for the physical health, but, like I said, it's just kind of... I sit in a chair for 40 hours a week at work, then I come home, sit in a chair for another 40 to 80. It's just kind of how what my lifestyle is right now. So it actually wasn't that bad, to be honest with you. And I was having fun with the game, which helped. So, but I actually, when I got up today, I walked to 7-Eleven, which took me, you know, walk there and back, which took me about a half hour. So I got some leg exercise, feet exercise today, which is good. Normally I just drive, so I walked today. That was good. Got a little bit of exercise. Yeah, we're fine. Got a lot of sleep, which I don't usually get, so. Alright, let me, put my phone over here. Damn, this Raiden 5 soundtrack is so fucking good. It's so good. It's one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a very long time. Like, no joke, not being facetious. Like, whoever did this soundtrack, they took shmup soundtracks to a whole other level. This and Gradius 5, although Gradius 5 was a long time ago. Alright. Yeah, it is good, Gary, for sure. Okay, so I've got Photoshop up here. I was showing Vampire how to make a Twitch template. We actually just made a quick Twitch template. So that's it right there. I showed him how easy it was to just make a border. You just basically do a solid color or gradients like I did. You carve out slots for your gameplay, your camera, and your chat integration. And then you just bring it into OBS. And then you just line everything up. It is that simple. And then if you want some other overlays, you just make some images. Like on the bottom left there, you can see my commands. And you just layer it on top in OBS. Make it as fancy or as simple as you want. And, yeah, he had talked about wanting to make a, a stream overlay for his channel. Because his stream is really basic. It's just gameplay and chat. That's it. But I basically showed him that it's really easy to get something going very quickly. And that's how I've always done my stuff. I just usually do really simplistic things. and then just add on to it, layer things on top of it to make it look a little more fancy. And then that's pretty much it. Let me close that out. So what was one of the more recent ones? So yeah, so I had made this one years ago. I used to use this on my Twitch stream. And it's the same concept, you know, I just basically worked with a solid gradient background and then just carved out areas for the things I wanted. So I've got some futuristic style ridges and whatnot. And then I just layered stuff on top of it. So I got social media on the top right. I layered like the recent followers, subs, and bits and stuff like that on the bottom. And had multiple windows for different features that I wanted, along with a game and system tab here. So, and it still looks pretty good. You know, I might even one day go back to this template if I want to work with like stream labels and stuff like that. And then I showed him that with just using basic tools within OBS itself, along with some basic, just like background colors that you might have laying around on your computer, you can come up with something different that also doesn't require you to own like an expensive photo editing program or anything like that. So, you know, it's just you can get some stream templates going that are very basic and they'll look unique to you, you know, instead of having someone else do it for you. So, but the reason I actually started this stream was to